Welcome back, friends. Black Magic Sorcerer here with another Snake Dad video. And of course, I had to do it again. I got a fifth snake now, and he is an Amazon tree boa. And I created this cool habitat for him, and he's got his steam and his mist and everything, and he's happy. He's got everything a snake could need for a tree snake. These snakes are pretty unique because they are just a really strange animal. I mean, he has orange eyes. I've never seen a snake with orange eyes. And he'll probably change a lot of colors as he gets older. But, I'll turn off the steam here so we can get a better look at him. I got this little macrame bowl that looks like it has some soft material in it, and I put some sphagnum moss in there because they have to have a pretty wet environment. So usually leave the steam on until everything is just dripping wet, and then he's good. But as you can see, he is really fitting in great. The last two times I've handled him, he did not bite, which is a good sign because supposedly these snakes are known for having a shitty disposition and being mean. But I had a boa. He was an asshole. He would strike you anytime, anywhere. Didn't matter how nice you were to him. But this tree boa is really a whole different snake. And the reason I love him is his head and his eyes. If you look at his face, he actually has two sets of air vents. See if I can get a better shot of that. Yeah, he has two sets of air vents on his face. So, as where most snakes only have one, he actually has an additional row of vents. So, I think it's one on top and one on bottom. When he did bite me, it actually did draw a little blood. He bit me, I don't want to say bit, he struck the warning strikes like they do when they're first home and they're scared. But the last couple of days, he has been getting used to his routine, and the way you tame a snake like this is you get him into a routine. So he knows that, this, every time he comes out, it's fun, and then he gets to go back. So there's no sense of, being abducted, because this is a wild caught snake, believe it or not. So this guy came out of the Amazon jungle probably around a year ago, actually. And he's probably been captive God knows how long, but they come on a boat, and they're stuffed in a box at the pet shop, and then you open up the box and damn, Black Magic Sorcerer just adopted you. So what do you do then? So anyway, I'm in love with him. He's been super fun so far. He did pee last night on me a little bit, but I expect that, especially from a young snake. But his whole disposition and demeanor is so nice right now because he is so calm, cool, satisfied. He's a different snake. The snake that I took out of the bag the first day was a very scared snake. So a lot of their defensive stuff is just because they're scared. His big eyes are indicative of animals that reflect light from their eye, and supposedly he's one of the only snakes, or is the only snake, who's capable of doing that. Like when you shine a light into a dog's eyes and reflects back, the species of snake is the only snake that can do that. So what's cool about these snakes is they actually eat birds. So I'm going to try to get him maybe a little baby chick, or some frozen thaw quail, because they live and hunt up in trees. They basically almost never come down, it seems like. Since I've had him in this terrarium, he has not once came down and soaked himself in the bowl like the other snakes. He's got a little hide down here, and he's got one up here, so he's happy. He's about as happy as a snake can get. This boy is absolutely getting huge now, and I had to even increase his water bowl size so that he could soak himself. I'm going to bring him out in a second. But anyway, I just wanted to post a little something because I've been keeping myself busy with this and that, and this has been kind of a fun little thing for me to keep my mind occupied. So, I'm telling you, snakes are a lot easier to tame and love and trust than people think. So I've really become a snake lover. I don't know how. Don't ask me why. I just, for some reason, feel like I get along good with snakes. I suppose I have a lot in common with them. So anyway, Black Magic Sorcerer here just to let you guys know that I haven't stopped using magic. I've been doing stuff, but I don't always post about it. As you can see, my table for creating sigils and everything is just kind of covered with stuff. So, you know, I like to keep things out like shotguns and 45 caliber handguns. I just like to have them laying around. So anyway, I have some cleaning up to do before I get to the next video, and I will be doing some readings. I will be doing some curses, and what else was I going to do? Yeah, I was going to do some readings and some very serious curses. There are some individuals who have wronged a friend of mine quite badly, and well, let's just see what happens to them. So anyway, I'm going to make a video about that, and I'm going to probably try to do that sooner than later. I'm not sure if I'm going to make it private and just show it to the person I'm doing it for, or if I'm going to go ahead and post it on regular YouTube uncensored. So anyway, I just wanted to introduce you to my new snake. I don't have a name for him because I don't know whether he's male or female. They said that they don't know. When they snatched him out of the jungle, they just take as many as they can, I guess, and what you get is what you get. I'd probably have to take him to a vet to get him sexed to see if he is male or female, but it's kind of irrelevant because I don't have any intention of breeding him or anything. A lot of snake owners are into breeding and selling snakes, and I haven't gotten to that point yet, but I'm sure at some point I'll explore with some breeding, because I really love my carpet python, and I think she's probably my favorite species so far. So boas, pythons, all those little snakes that you can get as pets, they're really cool pets, but you really got to kind of make sure you socialize them and at least take them out once a day. And if you do, they will always be used to that human touch. They get used to your hands being warm pretty quick. They like heat, so you know, you got to be able to bathe them. You got to be able to touch them a little bit, because if they get sick or have an issue, you need to be able to not be afraid of that snake and be able to open his mouth if he needs to have a tube put in it, or force fed a rat, or any of those things that come up with snakes. It is imperative that you get in there and bond with your snake so that you're not afraid of getting bit. So these snakes just have really sharp needle-like teeth. They're little teeth, but they can definitely puncture you. So when you get bit, it's a bit like when you do the what's that word I'm looking for? When you're a diabetic and you have to prick your finger with a lancet. It's about like that. It does very little damage, but lots of blood will come out because they're being pierced by a couple little needles. He struck my side because he was freaking out when I first got him. And on my side, about midsection of my body, you can see two perfect little needle-sized holes where his fangs, or big teeth, I should say, punctured my side. And it didn't really hurt. It was more like, felt like someone rubbed Velcro across my skin. I don't know why their teeth felt like, more like their, like Velcro was the way I would describe it. Like if you ever rubbed your hand against coarse Velcro, that's kind of how it feels when they're in your body biting you. So I've never had one lock onto me. Luckily, I've never had a snake so far bite me, but I actually did get bit by my retic last week, and I bet it's already healed, but if it's still there, you could actually see a perfect little, yeah, there it is. If you see it, there was a perfect little mouth-shaped row of dots where he had bit me, and it's already totally healed up. And that was just, 2-3 days ago, so it's not even big enough for you to remember where they bit you. So I'm in love with my new snake. I love all my snakes, and I love you guys. Keep tuning in, and we'll start getting a little deeper into this magic stuff. Dark blessing.